Okay, let's give it a go. So, this is this little project that I'm going to play around with where I'm going to pick a game, and today I feel like playing some World of Warcraft Classic, and I'm going to focus on quests and the text and the story and the lore and everything that's going on behind that, because that seems fun to me. Why not check out the part of the game that most people just skip over all the time? So today we're going to make ourselves a Tauren hunter, and we're going to play around that and explore that side of what the game has to offer.
Once a nomadic people, the Tauren roamed the endless plains of the Barrens, hunting the mighty Kodo. Scattered across the land, the wandering tribes were united only by their common hatred for their sworn enemy, the marauding Centaur. Seeking aid against the Centaur, the great chieftain Cairn Bloodhoof befriended the savage orcs who had recently journeyed to Kalimdor. With the orcs' help, Cairn and his tribe were able to drive back the Centaur and claim the grasslands of Mulgore for their own. Upon the windswept mesa of Thunder Bluff, Cairn built a refuge for his people. Over time, the scattered tribes united under a single banner. Though the noble Tauren are peaceful in nature, the rites of the Great Hunt are venerated as the heart of their spiritual culture. As a tribesman of Mulgore, you must test your skills in the wild and prove yourself in the Great Hunt.
All right, so we are a tribesman of Mulgore, and our people, the Tauren, have been at war with the Centaur, and our chieftain, Cairn the Bloodhoof, has sided with the orcs, Thrall, in an effort to assist us in staving them off. And we've reclaimed Mulgore for ourselves. So, nice little intro there. And this is our character story today that we're going to be using. All right, why not jump right into it? We should probably just check a few settings. Make sure that there are some interface options we want, like auto loot will be useful. I don't want instant quest text. Okay. Let's talk to Gruul Hawkwind here and see what he has to say. Greetings, story, and welcome to Camp Narache. News of your arrival spread quickly among the tribe. The hunt begins. You have a promising air about you and will prove yourself to the tribe. Perhaps someday soon you'll be welcomed into the great city of Thunderbluff, but before that can happen, you must prove yourself to my father, Chief Hawkwind. Okay, so Gruul here is the son of the chieftain of this village. Up here on Red Cloud Mesa, we pride ourselves on keen hunting skills. Seems pretty convenient since I'm a hunter. Tauren hunt out of necessity and for sport. Our supply of meats has run low, and we require feathers for clothing. Hunt the nearby plain striders and prove yourself by resupplying the village. And he wants us to go collect some feathers and some meat. All right, well, seems perfectly plausible. We will find some supplies for the village, help prove ourselves. Oh, let's go talk to Chief Hawkwind here, Gruul's father, see what he also might have for us.
What brings you here?
A humble task. All members of the tribe share in the harmony of life. We live together and work together. Our commitment to one another carries with it a high degree of responsibility. I ask of you now a humble task. My mother set out this morning to fetch water from the well to the southeast of Narache. It has been quite some time now. Perhaps you could check on her for me while I attend to tribal matters here? Well, that sounds ominous. Chief Hawkwind's mother is missing. We should probably go check on her as well. So perhaps while we head off to the water well to go look for Hawkwind's mother, we can pick up some supplies for the village along the way. So let's clean up our bar a little bit. That'll be fine for now. All right, here happens to be some plain striders, so let's dance, plain strider. I will eventually get the stutter step down a bit better once I get my timing. But yeah, we are going to be using Questy to a certain degree. I'm primarily interested in it for making sure that I can find where to acquire new quests, since that is, of course, the primary focus of this series I'm doing here. So I want to make sure I don't miss anything. I'm probably most of the time not going to play with it on the map as the indicating where my individual quests are, but I'll see how time goes on. I personally don't think it's going to be unreasonable if I choose to go with something like that. I think that well, there goes my cell phone. I think that exploring the quests themselves is the interesting part. And yeah, any tool that maybe makes the actual process of going through it simpler is probably going to be okay. You can always let me know what you think. Collect ourselves some plain striders here. Keep on plinking away. Find a few more supplies. The old stutter step.
That spell isn't ready yet.
I'm by no means an expert at it, but it'll suffice. Alright, another plain strider down. Let's go distance ourselves. Maybe I'll get myself an auto shot macro later. Maybe that'll make that process a bit simpler, but I mean, I'm not going to be super concerned about efficiency of gameplay. Like I say, I'm here for the quests, here for the story, and see what's going on behind the scenes. Or I guess directly in the scene that most people don't bother with. I'll probably spend some time, I'll clean up my UI here, maybe do away with the general window, hide some of the stuff we don't care about, try and maybe make it a bit more cinematic. Try and clean all that sort of thing up. We're getting a reasonable number of feathers here. Might also cut out some of this part, the actual grinding and searching for stuff. If the actual text is the part I'm interested in, this is going to evolve a bit, I think, as I go. Sort of figure out what sort of style I'm looking for, what I want this to feel like. Give it a try. So, an ever-evolving work in progress. That's what it's going to be. Oh, and even in Classic, we have our little tiny tooltip here of approaching. Ooh, level 2. Beautiful. Beautiful. We got a few extra little pieces of crummy gear we can throw on here. Great Mother Hawkwind. Perfect. Well, clearly she's not dead. That's excellent news. I'm sure the chieftain will be very pleased by that. Let's talk to her, see what she has to say.
How may I aid you?
You traveled all this way just to help an old woman? My, aren't you a keeper? Wow. Oh, I'm blushing.
Walk with the Earth Mother.
I have traveled many paths through life, and these old legs lack the vigor they once had. I can still perform my duties to the tribe. Sometimes it just takes an old woman a little longer to do the task. But you look like an eager hunter. Let's put some of that youthful vitality to the test. Take a pitcher of water from the well and bring it to my son, the chief, in Camp Narache. Remember that even the most humble task can gain the recognition of elders. Seems good, yeah. Take a pitcher of water from the water well.
Farewell.
Return it to the chieftain. Well, at the very least, he's going to be pleased that we found his mother. So we'll grab some water. There we go. We'll help out Great Mother. And we need a few more pieces of meat along the way. Let's see what we can scrounge up here. Eventually we'll have ourselves a pet that'll make this task a little bit easier, a little less dancing around trying to avoid things in close combat. But we've got a few more levels before we get there. Few more. Alright, one more piece of meat. One more piece. Oh, here we go. There's another plain strider over here. And get ourselves in range. Gotcha. Hey, there's our last meet. All right. So we've managed to complete the tasks we were given so far. So let's go make our way back over to Camp Narache here and see what else they would have of us as we start to prove our worth here. We should probably empty our bags over here as well. Always a good idea. All right, Gruul.
Peace, friend.
Greetings, Story, and welcome to Camp Narache. Oh, yeah, we already know that. Providing meat and feathers for the tribe is the first step in proving yourself as a hunter before the chief. Well, that's good. I've accomplished the first step then. The Tauren of Narache, thank you, Story. You show much promise. Well, let's snag ourselves a leather belt here. Etched note. Just a moment ago, a messenger was looking for you, Story. I believe she was sent by the hunter trainer Lanka. If this note is from Lanka, it wouldn't take long in reading its contents. I wouldn't take long in reading its contents. Ooh, our hunter trainer has sent us a message.
Why?
Well, while we're on that, can we read the note? Oh, we can. Whoever reads these things. You know who does? We do. Mighty warriors defend our home. Our shamans guide our spirits and show us our ancestors' past. And our druids help us discover the Earth Mother's will. But you are one of our hunters, and our hunters learn many aspects of those roles and blend them together. You will find you represent the heart of our people. Some of our tribe will look to you for guidance, some for protection. It is my duty to ensure you are prepared for that. Seek me out in Camp Narache. Lanka Farshot, hunter trainer. Well, let's just take a minute and let's just go do that and see if we can't find Lanka here. If I were a hunter trainer in Camp Narache, where might I be? Maybe in these tents here? No, we have a shaman, a druid trainer. Well, we can take an opportunity to sell some stuff out of our bags that we don't want. We're going to want to equip that. That'll do for now.
Goodbye.
Where is Lanka? Where is Lanka? Nope, some vendors. I'm not sure where our hunter trainer is. Maybe inside here with Chief Hawkwind. Lanka.
Hail.
Do you prefer guns or bows? Either, really. Welcome to Camp Narache, Story. I hear good things about you. Your bloodline is strong, and many of the elders consider you skilled already, but that we will test. The plains of Mulgore will be your home for some time. You should do your best to learn it very well. One day you will travel to unfamiliar lands to master greater skills. You must be ready. Well, let's get ready then. And it is my job to make sure you are prepared by teaching you the basics of our profession, how to tame your pet, how to fire your rifle, and many other skills that will become necessary. Hunters are a strong part of our tradition and history, Story. You would do well to remember how important you are to the tribe. You will be respected and revered if you serve our people well.
Go in peace. What brings you here?
Let's seek some training. Track beasts? Yeah, that seems pretty useful to have. I think that is going to be something we're going to want to do on a regular occasion. Probably not going to bother with all the spells all the time, but that'll help us find a pet later, which is probably something we're going to be making good use of here. So, all right. Well, we have talked to the hunter trainer. Let's also let's talk to Hawkwind here. You look as though you've returned from the plains. Do you have any word from Great Mother Hawkwind? You carried this pitcher back at the Great Mother's bidding, I see. Your willingness to help others and provide for the Tauren of Camp Narache leads me to believe you would make the tribe proud in Thunderbluff someday. Excellent. Winning the favor. Your willingness to perform a humble task for the Torrent of Narache and your eagerness to learn are noble traits, Story. I believe one day you'll be heralded in Thunderbluff as a hunter of greatness. Before that, you must embark on the rites of the Earth Mother, of which there are 3. The first test is the Rite of Strength. Travel to Seer Greytongue and tell him Chief Hawkwind has sent you. You will find the Seer's abode directly to the south of Narache, tucked away in the hills. Ooh, all right. We're going to get some trials that we're going to take. So we'll have to go seek out a seer. And let's get back to Gruel here, because he also had some additional stuff for us. The hunt continues. A Tauren skilled in the ways of the hunt knows that his prey is not for mere trophy. The beasts of the plains provide us with a means of survival. You will make quite an impression on the elders if you can bring back some highly valued mountain cougar pelts. You can find the beasts lurking in the hills to the south. Our children need clothing and our tents need mending. Okay, so we need some cougar pelts. More supplies for this village here. And then the seer was to the south. Was that not true? Traveled to Greytongue lives in the hills directly south of Narache. Okay, well, let's go talk to the seer. While we perhaps find some pelts along the way for mountain cougars. Yeah, maybe in some times like this, I'll take an opportunity to look around and really, admire the setting. I think that's part of what makes up the story of the game as well, is the environment it's in. I've always been a big fan of Mulgore. I think it's a beautiful place to look at, rolling hills. It's definitely probably one of my favorite zones to play around in. Plenty of plain striders here, no cougars yet. But I'm sure we will be swimming in them in no time. Here's a hut up here of some sort. This is almost assuredly where the seer is going to be hanging out, and conveniently some cougars along the way. Let's snag a couple on our way up there. Start working our way through them.
That spell isn't ready yet.
Definitely gonna have to get better at that stutter step, so I'm not swinging away in melee all the time. Haven't given much thought to any professions or anything. I'm not sure I might bother. I think that is, unless there's maybe some lore or something to that might add to this little compilation I'm doing. I'm not sure if I'll bother. Maybe I will do it. I'll just do it on the side. This is classic. There might be some serious grinding that needs to be done to try and keep things moving. Maybe I probably don't want to do those sorts of things recorded, so maybe I'll just do that sort of off screen. So maybe if I do a profession, I'll do it in something like that, sort of off to the side, not waste everybody's time. But who knows? Maybe that type of thing will be interesting. Maybe people will be looking for something like that. Who knows? This is a learning process. We'll figure it out. And like I say, I'm quite confident this thing's going to evolve over time and certainly become something more as time continues. All right, almost up at the top here. Let's snag one more mountain cougar here on our way up. See if we can't land a few shots as we make our way up. Try and get that timing right. Oh, almost. Pretty good though. That was many more shots in a row. Oh, excellent. Level 3. Beautiful. Pick up another pelt here. And we found Seer Greytongue.
Peace, friend.
Chief Hawkwind sent you? Embarking on the rites of the Earth Mother is no small task. The rites of the Earth Mother are the steps a young Tauren needs to take to gain respect in Thunderbluff. First, you must pass the Rite of Strength. In this test, you must prove your bravery by slaying enemies of the tribe. Bristlebacks of Brambleblade Ravine to the east are encroaching on our tribal lands. They ambush our hunting parties and steal from the village by dark. Show your valor by slaying these villains and return to the chief in Camp Narache with their belts as proof of your deeds. I'm kind of pleased we're not getting their pelts. Skinning humanoids is little undesirable, if you ask me. Okay, so we're going to go kill some Quillboar to defend the village and continue to prove ourselves. So, I suspect it's a very strong theme in all RPGs, is proving yourself, but we in particular here are very much following that theme. Prove ourselves to the others of this village here. Oh, and the seer was nice enough to give us a buff here, a little Mark of the Wild. I will take any buff anytime, particularly in Classic. It is a bit of a slog at times, and buffs can really make a big difference in that. Make our way through another cougar here. Keep on trimming these guys down. No pelt that time, but that's okay. Can't always be pelts. Ooh, crit. Oh, another crit. Look at us. And a miss. That really just seals the deal right there. Mail, we can't wear that anyways. Snag a few more. Starting to get a better feel for the timing on this rifle here. And of course, probably just when I get it really down pat, then that's probably when we'll get a new weapon with a new attack speed. And then all of that will go out the window. All of it will be gone, and we'll have to learn something all over again. Although maybe we'll have a new pet before too long, and then none of that will be overly relevant. Yeah, I figured a hunter would be a good choice for this. Probably something easy to quest with. I do come from a history of World of Warcraft. I've played a lot of it. Started late Burning Crusade. Played quite heavily through Wrath of the Lich King. Did a bunch of raiding with some friends. Started to peter out a little bit towards late Mists of Pandaria, I think is probably the last I played. And so it's kind of nice to be able to come to something like Classic that I haven't really. I've played on some private servers, but obviously this was not the era in which I played Warcraft, so it's kind of cool to be able to explore something new. I mean, I've played a fair bit of it on private servers. I'm by no means the most versed at it, but it feels like a good opportunity to explore something that I haven't played as much of. And like I say, I think the quest side of things is going to be one of the more interesting parts to me personally. When I played Wrath of the Lich King, I would think it's safe to say that I didn't read aloud, but I read every single quest that I came across in Northrend. I was totally enthralled by that. I found it super fascinating, all the lore and the story that was going on there. I think a large number of people came from playing Warcraft 3, so the idea of Arthas, Northrend, and the Lich King, and getting to explore that side of things in a totally new way, I found was super, super enticing, really, really interesting. So that was probably the biggest thing that really drew me into that one. And so I think that concept of exploring all the quests and the story and really what's going on, the parts that most people just blitz on past, I think that's, to me, sounds really interesting. You know what? We're gonna venture in here. And I think if I enjoy this style of checking things out, making a video or two about it, maybe I will extend it out to modern WoW. Maybe I can find some private servers and make my way through some of the other content as well. If Blizzard ever decides to do the equivalent of Classic Burning Crusade, maybe I'll venture through that. I know there are private servers of that content. an infinite supply of things in modern retail WoW that I can go take a look at in that regards as well. My wife and I have actually been playing a little bit of that of late, and I've really been enjoying the questing that's available there. So that might be another avenue that I can explore. I think the content flies by a little bit quicker, certainly in the newer stuff, but I think it depends how this turns out. See if I'm enjoying this sort of slow meandering, taking a bit more time, or if I want something a bit more fast-paced. Depends. Maybe I decide to edit these more, trim them down. And if that's the case, maybe I do just want some content that I'm gonna just blast through a bit faster and spend less time on the hacking and slashing side of things, right? I spend more time reading about the Rite of Strength as opposed to actually chopping down Quillbore. Okay, so we've made our way to the Bristleback cave here. There was an actual name. Let's go just revisit what this name was. Brambleblade Ravine. Oh, could have walked another 2.5 feet and would have told me. So we need to find some belts off of the Bristleback here. Ooh, there's another quest in here too. That's like one of the reasons that I want to try and make sure that I've got something like Questy available here, because I am interested in trying to find all those ones. And even if I have played any of this content before, I want to try and have an opportunity to find things that I may have missed and see something, maybe explore some stuff that not many people get to see. So, my gut guess, a dirt stained map. Oh, that's probably an item that we can simply go discover. It's unlikely to be something we need to loot off of bodies. Make our way through some of these Quillbore here. I have a feeling there may be another quest that I need to be killing these Quillbore for. But that's okay. If that ends up being the case, then we can always double back. We got nothing but time. There's no reason at all we can't just continue to do those types of things. I think I may be just about due for another cup of coffee, though, so I may sneak off to the side here once I maybe clean up just a little bit more room, and then find somewhere to park myself for a second or two while we gain some more caffeine. I mean, we are fairly early in the morning. This is probably the time in which I will find most of my time to play, is bright and early while my wife sleeps upstairs and we attempt to not wake her up. Okay, yeah, this feels like a time to recaffeinate. So I'm gonna sneak my way over here, and I will be back in just a minute. Okay, and we're back, caffeinated and ready for more. Looks like, yeah, we've got a couple respawns that have come in here. That's all right. We don't have a lot of room to work just yet without fighting too many things, so we'll just be careful and tuck our way in here and do a little bit of melee. Track our pelt quest as well. Ooh, parry. Yeah, melee is definitely the slower hack and slash here, but that's okay. Once we get rid of this guy, we've got a bit more room to work with. And that's going to make all the difference here. Okay, so let's snag this fella here. Yeah, once we get ourselves a pet and we can have him do some tanking for us, that will definitely allow this to be a bit more bit more cinematic. We can kind of just keep an eye on stuff, look around. Another reason I wanted to be able to use a hunter is that I can sort of offload some of that. It feels like it'll be a bit more of a maybe enjoyable cinematic experience. Buy us a bit more time to be looking around, exploring. I think I'd like to take a look at the landscape, maybe explore some areas of the world that don't get seen very much. Whoop, we got company. Yeah, this is going to be, we are just going to hightail it and hope for the best. Hightail it and hope for the best. I think we're going to be okay. Whoa, we made it. Better snack on some jerky, though. That was too close for comfort. Anything we can wear yet? Can put on some gloves. More mail we can't wear. Yeah, we're going to need some more ammunition before too long here, too. Alright, let's go avenge ourselves against this. It's this quillboar that sort of came out of nowhere. Seemingly out of nowhere. I'm sure if we had a bit more spatial awareness, we wouldn't get snuck up on like that, but that's okay. Keep on keeping on here. A little extra food. Not particularly interested in grouping up right this second. Not sure where that individual was. I don't see anybody around. Alright, back in some open space where we can get a bit more work done here. Gotta watch my strafing angles here. Some more bracers. Another sip of coffee here while we continue to hack and slash. Coffee and quests. Maybe that's what this series gets called. Maybe I've just discovered the title right there. Coffee and quests. Quest coffee. Who knows? It's a work in progress. Well, we got nothing but time. Maybe that's the name of the series. Nothing but time. We'll come up with something. Oh, we got a new cloak. We can put that on. Every tiny bit of armor is going to... Oh, look at that. Wasn't even paying much attention there. That's great. Just going to stick this guy down there. Equip our cloak. Keep making our way along here. So I don't know if I'm going to bother to push my way up towards that map just yet. I'm still thinking that I have to come back here for something else, so maybe we'll snag that after the fact. On trip 2. Yeah, I think it'll make more sense for us to bring these back to the village once we get 12. We'll be able to learn some new skills, make us a bit more potent, and then even if we do come back, then we'll be in a bit better shape to be able to handle ourselves here. And I do think I'll come back. I think I would like to try and hit more quests than not. So even if something's a little out of the way, maybe I'll take the effort to go find it, go back, double back, and go do it again. Sorry, not again, but I guess just get it done at all. I don't want to leave stuff behind. I like the completionist idea. That's definitely one of my attitudes in that regard, is I don't want to just leave something half done.
It's still recharging.
But there are no shortage of quests overall. Let's be honest. There's definitely plenty. They're not always in our level. I know that sometimes there's can be a bit of a tricky dead zone, kind of around 20-ish, where you've sort of completed everything at the 15-ish range. Then everything else kind of falls into the 22, so it can be a bit of a tough slog there sometimes. But then I think it's somewhere around 30-ish, sort of the Stranglethorn era, right before you can actually go handle yourself in STV, where it can be a bit of a dry spell for quests that are a bit more appropriate.
I can't cast it yet.
So maybe just a couple more bristleback here, maybe 2 if we're incredibly lucky, maybe 3 or 4. Snag the last few belts to go prove ourselves to Chief Hawkwind. I don't want to get too far away from this cave entrance here, since I'll likely have to fight my way back out, and I expect there'll be enough respawns here to probably supply us in that regard, so I don't think there's a real need to go too far.
That's still recharging.
This might actually work out well, and then our the time on our buff here will probably be up right about the time that we're finished. Make another visit to the seer, pick up another rebuff, get us ready for more action.
That spell isn't ready yet.
Ready for more. Now let's see if I can snag one of these without getting both. Looks like it should be fine. So now while we're fighting this guy, I wanted to sort of take a peek at this thing. We can rotate our camera around here. Looks like we got some interesting artwork. If I had to guess, I would say those are harpies would be my assumption. Maybe I'll just even head up this way and take a... Oh good, we got our last belt. Go take a peek up here, see what we... Yeah, that definitely looks to me like we've got some artwork depicting some harpies. Interesting. I wonder what the significance of that is. Are these Quilboar in some cahoots with some harpies? Maybe, I don't know. Maybe we'll find that out. I think that's an example of some of the small things that I want to try and take a look at through here. Is what are some of these things that I might just have glossed over at any other time? Just accept that quest, keep moving. Accept that quest, keep moving. Actually, take a bit more of an in-depth look. See what's going on. All right, but we have proven our strength by battling many of the bristleback here. We're going to make our way back towards the village, but we do need a couple more cougar pelts along the way so that we can patch up those tents, and make some clothes. Take the opportunity to look around a bit, admire the sunrise coming up here in Mulgore. Yeah, maybe we'll be a bit more cinematic while we venture across. Hopefully the camera panning around doesn't make everybody sick. Interesting sort of bluff or mesa up there. I think it's a follow-up quest that eventually takes us up on top of that thing, but we'll find that out later. Veer a bit more over this way as we make our way back towards the seer. Oh, I can see a couple cougars here, so let's just get back into picking up our supplies.
It's too far away.
Too far away. It's the start of a good problem to have when you are a hunter. I don't know if I prefer the rifle or the bow, honestly. I think the sound clip of a bow is probably a bit nicer to listen to endlessly. But I definitely in the Warcraft 3 era, I definitely played the humans more than just about any other race. So, Dwarven Rifleman is certainly something that's right up my alley. So I'm not sure which I would prefer. Clearly we're getting a leg up already on weapon skill with a rifle, so I'll probably stick with that as long as I find one that's appropriate, but to be perfectly honest, we're probably just going to snag whatever has the highest damage per second as we move along here, just for the sake of efficiency. There's certainly something to be said for coolness, and I'm definitely going to keep that in mind as we go, but there we go. Last mountain cougar pelt. Alright, let's make our way back up to the seer up here. Oh no, wait, do we need to return to him? No, he gave us the quest for Rite of Strength. That he would like us to return to, to Chief Hawkwind. That's right, because we're proving ourselves to the chieftain. I might just swing in just for the buff if he'll give it to me. I don't know if he will, but I think it's worth it. I think a 30-minute buff of any kind when we are a class that cannot buff ourselves is pretty worth it. I know there's a handful of other quest givers you can talk to, some dungeons and things like that. Doesn't look like Seer Greytongue is going to give us much conversation, though, but it's worth a try. Sadly, no. That's all right. It gives us an opportunity. We can take a quick peek around up here, sort of admire the scenery once more, check out the sunrise. I really like the look of this Camp Narache here up in this bluff. The fence around it. Yeah, I think Mulgore is probably definitively my favorite starting zone. Durotar, maybe we'll do a bit of a series over there, check some of that stuff out too. But the color palette, sort of the drab red, browns, doesn't really do it for me. Certainly not the way the rolling hills and plains here, grasses. And who doesn't love Thunderbluff? I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of people who don't love Thunderbluff, but it is without a doubt my city of choice. Well, so we've done one of the two rites. We have the Rite of Strength, and we were told that there'd be a total of three rites to prove ourselves. I can see that there is one quest at least available for us. Looks like probably two. Don't want to miss out on stuff like that. So let's prove ourselves to Gruul here.
Well met.
The hunt continues. If you can provide pelts for the tribe, I will pass a word along to my father, Chief Hawkwind, of your generous deeds. Well, please pass that word along. The Tauren of Narache thank you for these provisions, Story. With your skill in the ways of the hunt, you will surely be revered in Thunderbluff someday. Well, let's snag some bracers since we can't wear the other thing. The battle boars of Brambleblade Ravine to the east are encroaching on our tribal hunting grounds. They are trained to be malicious by the bristleback quillboars with whom we are at war. Go slay the vile creatures and bring back some snouts and flanks, so that we can make stew for our young. Look at this. We're double dipping on efficiency in terms of not us as the player, but us as a Tauren. We're going to both slay the boars that are assisting our enemies, and we're going to get food. So that is some high-end efficiency on the part of the Tauren here. Let's go talk to the chief here about our rights. Have you completed the Rite of Strength, Story? I require proof of your valor against the enemy of our tribe, the Bristlebacks. I have indeed. You've passed the first test of the rites of the Earth Mother. The tribe will be proud. Well, there are no ranged weapons yet, and we are only trained in axes, and it is significantly better than ours, so let's take it. For you to continue with the rites of the Earth Mother, you must pass 2 more tests. It is time for you to broaden your experience story. Travel to Bloodhoof Village and seek out the chief, Bane Bloodhoof, son of Cairn. There you may continue your journey and earn the acceptance of the Elders of Thunderbluff. Take this totem to Bane. He will recognize my carvings and help you on your path. Follow the road out of Camp Narache and follow with haste. Do not stray or you will lose your way. Ooh, alright, so we're going to go prove ourselves to the son of the chieftain of all of the Tauren. Moving up in the world. Oh, did I not accept it? Oh, well, that's okay. We will go speak to Cairn. I guess this is like the one flaw of not having instant quest text on, but I think it is more than outweighed. Oh, my inventory is full. That's why it failed. Aha. Foolish me. That's all right. We can solve this problem.
Greetings, traveler.
We cannot wear shields at all. Get rid of some gray items. Do a little bit of bag housekeeping here. We definitely want those ones. Some mail stuff. Those are not as good as ours. Let's equip our new weapon. Okay, let's try that once more.
Well met.
I guess we can also go talk to Lanka here, learn something new from our hunter trainer. And sadly, Mark of the Wild has run its course, but that's okay.
We shall meet.
There we go. Now we got the totem. Can we interact with the totem? Nope, it's just a totem.
Greetings.
All right, Lanka, what have we got? What do we got now? Aspect of the monkey and serpent sting. Well, we're definitely going to take both of those. I think those are going to be more than beneficial for us here. So let's just... let's turn on some action bars. Let's turn on some action bars. Let's give ourselves... let's just... Am I going to always show them? No, I think it's fine. I don't want to always show them. Let's put that up here. And then what else have we got? We've got Serpent Sting. Get ourselves a debuff now. Damage over time. Okay. Let's see what Brave Windfeather has for us here. Break Sharp Tusk. Story. I've heard of you, newcomer. Perhaps it is you that will help us where others have failed. We Tauren have carved a home out of this land, but not without a cost. The bristleback quillboars of Brambleblade Ravine, led by Chief Sharptusk Thornmantle, have made our lives difficult with their continued war against us. I charge you to bring me the chief's head. He will be found in the ravine to the east, in their makeshift village. Okay. So we do have some quests to go back in there, but that's okay. A little bit of doubling back is totally fine in my books. So we will absolutely go help defeat Sharptusk. So let's just see if I can't do some minor adjustments here. For now, I'm sure we'll be moving those around a whole bunch as we go, but that's okay. Okay, no other quests here right now, which is great. So I'm not going to go continue our Rites of the Earth Mother, because I feel like I want to explore out these boars a bit more. I don't think we're done helping Camp Narache here. That is not what I'm not a quitter. We're not giving up. We haven't fully helped these people enough yet. So we're going to make our way back over there. Do some more running, hoofing our way back across. Admire some of the hillscape here. Great Mother Hawkwind is still hanging out by her water well, waiting for more strong-backed adventurers to come carry some water. 8% dodge. That's going to be a nice little bonus for us. Help us avoid getting clubbed in the face so much by all of the bristleback. So Chief Sharp Tusk, eh? Chief Sharp Tusk Thornmantle. He is the leader here. We're going to go deal with him. We've got some battle boars here that we fought before on our way in. Let's, I think we'll make our way towards Sharp Tusk first. I think we can certainly snag these guys on the way back out. We'll probably have to face some battle boars on the inside as well. There will probably be no shortage of them. Alright, back into Brambleblade Ravine. Ooh. Try and maximize our range here. No. This cave is screwing up my line of sight and my shot angles here. My dog has ventured downstairs, now rolling himself in the living room, rubbing his face all over the floor. That's how I know the morning is just about over. It'll probably work out pretty well. I think we'll manage to snag Sharp Tusk and probably the battle boars, and that'll probably be about the time that we'll call this here. For should be a nice little venture into the story for our first sit down here. See how far this gets. I don't know what these will look like going forward. Maybe they'll be long videos. Maybe they'll be short if I edit them down. We'll see how that pans out. Stutter step. Oh yeah, this serpent sting's making a great big difference for us. Definitely. Oh, look at that. Oh, we got a bag. That is a beautiful thing. Oh, we didn't buy any more bullets. We are terrible. We are terrible. We are just the worst. We didn't buy any more ammunition. Well, that's just how it's going to be. Maybe we can sneak our way back and get Thornmantle. We'll conserve our 23 bullets to try and take him down. Sneak our way through here. See if we can just avoid getting jumped. Whew, made it. Yeah, I think we'll conserve our bullets for him. We'll melee our way through some of this group here. Oh my goodness, they haven't spotted me. This is amazing. All right. And so we discover one of the primary frustrations of playing a hunter: remembering to buy ammunition. That's okay. We're going to survive. We'll get through it.
That spell isn't ready yet.
It's not a whole lot of room here anyways. Don't have a lot of room to work. We won't be able to really maximize our gun right now anyways to make full use of it. So we can probably cut down a few here. Here, maybe we can fire in on this thing. Get a couple small shots in. And then I'll probably just trim it down, the video anyways, run back, restock on some ammunition. As much fun as it is to watch someone as a hunter melee things forever. Alright, let's Let's snag you. Can afford a couple bullet shots here. Hack and slash our way through. Good. I think I can snag you without getting Sharp Tusk. Looks like it. And then we've got a shaman in there, it looks like, as well as Chief Sharp Tusk. So I'm not sure. Maybe we can line of sight them outside. That's probably level 5 and a 4. All right, I think we're gonna open up with a volley. See if we can't line of sight out this way. Maybe we get Sharp Tusk, maybe we don't. Watch where the numbers are coming. Ah, take that. We'll spend a few shots here. Excellent. Okay. Apparently doesn't notice when people inside his tent get shot. That's okay. Alright, let's cut down Chief Sharp Tusk. This will level us up too, I bet. Well, maybe. It'll be close.
Still recharging.
He's level 5.
That spell isn't ready yet.
Our aspect of the monkey can keep us alive a little bit longer here. Perfect. I do want to try and make my way over to this map, so we'll, now that we got Sharp Tusk's head, we'll skirt around this way. Oh, there's a bunch more tents up this way. Interesting. It's kind of a cool looking little village thing here. There's supposedly a map over here in this cave. Let's brave the cave and go take a look. Oh, we fought a shaman. Let's get him. Melee swings galore. Yeah, and then I will definitely fast forward the shopping trip of shame as I run back for more bullets, and we'll pick up where we leave off. Oh, look at that, level up. Let's see if we can't find this map. A dirt-stained map. Squealer Thorn Mantle. Oh, man. Okay. Let's see if we can't also line of sight. Oh, we got the Squealer. I was not able to get a serpent sting off. That's okay. Bet we can just continue to line of sight this caster fairly heavily. Get that one out of the way.
That spell isn't ready yet.
So he's not a rare. He's not. Maybe there's a quest associated with him. Maybe he drops an item. Squealer. Clearly some sort of pseudo legendary. Ooh, a Squealer's belt. What is that? Ooh. Look at that. We've slain a prominent Quillboar and taken his belt as our own. Ha! Alright, let's take a look at this map. Dirt-stained map. This item begins a quest. After carefully evaluating the map, you realize that what you have discovered are the plans made by the Bristleback war chief for an extended siege on Camp Narache. Surely Chief Hawkwind could use this information. Bring the Bristleback attack plans to Chief Hawkwind. Done. Absolutely. Alright, let's sneak my way out of here and make the shopping trip of shame. I'll be right back. Okay, run of shame is over. We have resupplied on ammunition, filled the bag, so at least we're a ways before we screw ourselves again. So, hopefully. Alright, let's continue to try and tune up some battle boar here. See if we can't find the last couple things we need. Grab ourselves some more flanks and snouts. I'm going to make some minor adjustments later so that we don't keep dropping our quests off the side there. But that will be a concern for off camera. We'll find the settings for that and tune them up. Alright. Shouldn't take too many boars here. One would assume that all boars will have snouts and flanks, but after all, this is classic. There's plenty of opportunity for that to not be the case. I mean, I guess one could make the argument that maybe they're too destroyed to salvage, but in reading our quest text, these are for use in a stew, so pretty sure you could throw just about anything in the stew and it's not going to matter. But those are minor details. We're not going to worry about that. Alright, a couple more boars up here. Keep making our way through. So I'm doing a little bit of thinking about what pet we're going to get when we get ourselves to level 10. That'll be the time when we'll get our class quest to go tame a pet. And I think that the traditional cat feels pretty tantalizing. I think I might go for something like that. Either that or I do like the idea of an owl or a bat. I think that mechanically, I think they're pretty efficient. I think some of the screech abilities for making them a bit tankier, hold some threat, reduce damage. I think that'd be kind of nice. If I'm not mistaken, I have to go all the way to Teldrassil for an owl, which I'm just probably not going to bother with. But bats are certainly bountiful within the undead starting zones. So I wouldn't be against something like that. I do also like the bear. I think something like a bear would be very thematic. I really like the tankiness of it. They eat just about anything, which is nice. So that's kind of up in the air. Maybe let me know what you think. See if you got any preferences. What you might pick. We'll see where that gets us. We've got 5 levels to figure that out. We are nothing set in stone yet. Alright, just a few more boar here. We've managed to pick up all of our flanks. We just need a few more snouts. Apparently snouts are a little less abundant than flanks. But that's okay. Oh, didn't get my serpent sting off that time. That's alright. Ooh, a nice solid crit on Raptor Strike to make up for it. Track beasts helping us out here, finding more boars to tussle with. I think one of the downsides if I went with a bat maybe as a pet, it's probably the same problem I'd have with an owl. I don't know if I want to listen to the screech noise all the time. I think that's maybe an audio clip that I'm not really interested in having on infinite loop. Cat might be a bit better in that regards. I think there's also some pretty cool looking, unique rare cats we could get. I think it's the rake is one that's can typically be found in Mulgore here. So who knows? Maybe we'll find something like that. There are no shortage of options out there for us. This is a PvE server, so we don't have to worry about any unwanted PvP, so that maybe will help dictate our decision a little bit. I have nothing against PvP servers. I just feel that for what I'm looking for in a game nowadays is just some content like this. I just like to roam around, explore some things, and I don't need that interrupted unwillingly, right? I'm more than happy to go do some world or some PvP from time to time. If I want to flag myself for world PvP, I'm absolutely on board with those types of things. But I think I'm at a point in my life where I want it to be on my terms. I'm not interested in having that thrust upon me unwanted. Particularly if I'm trying to make a video series like this, I want to explore some stuff. Something like that could definitely cramp my style and my ability to do those types of things. Come on, flank. Or snout, I should say. Get an awful lot of dead boars here with no snouts. Gotta stop hitting them on the nose, I guess. Hey, there it is. Alright. Let's hightail our way back. Make our way back across the plains here. Victorious, having defeated the bristleback. And we will mark ourselves as a potential champion of the people of Camp Narache here. Earn a bit more favor. I can also tell my playtime is just about over for this morning, as my dog is now sitting beside me, staring at me. His beady little dog eyes boring into the side of my head. Take me outside, he says. He's not interested in quests. It's part of the problem not being able to read, I think. Kind of puts a damper on things. Alright, so we're almost back here. We've got 4 quests. We could probably cash in. I think 3 of them cash in over here somewhere. Attack on Camp Narache. We need to talk to Chief Hawkwind here. Yep. Battle Boars. I think Gruul gave us that one. Yes, Gruul Hawkwind. The Earth Mothers, where we need to go to Bloodhoof Village. We're going to go talk to Bane. And, right, we were also tasked with slaying Sharptusk. The aggression of the Battle Boars is increasing. Have you sent them a clear message and brought back some snouts and flanks yet? You betcha. Most excellent. These ingredients will make a fine stew, and the loss of those boars should be a fair lesson to those vile bristlebacks.
Go in peace.
We got some bread that we can put in the stew. I wonder if that was a deliberate choice. I feel like that's maybe some of the minor little things that I'm going to pick up on now. Sharptusk will trouble us no more once you have brought me proof of his death. It is his head that I seek, Story. We Tauren live for the hunt, and there is no greater hunt than against one that is cunning enough to perhaps hunt us back. If you are successful in this task, young one, you will start to learn what I mean. I was successful. Justice has been served on this day by your swift actions, Story. Let this deed serve as a warning to all who would threaten our home. You have earned this reward to help you on your sojourn, young hunter. Well, let's take some leather gloves that are much better than ours. Let's find said leather gloves. Some nomad gloves. This belt is much worse than Squealer's belt. Okay, that'll do for now. Let's see. We need to tell Chief Hawkwind here about the attack, because we just found some attack plans. You have a look of concern about you, Story. What news do you bring? This is quite alarming indeed, but with this information we can call on our brethren from Bloodhoof Village to help thwart the attack. You've saved the lives of many Tauren, Story.
May the eternal sun
Yeah, we are
shine
definitely the heroes of these people. Earned ourselves a thick bark buckler, of which we can't use unfortunately, but we are almost level 6.
ancestors.
That'll learn us some new stuff. I'm sure we'll be level 6 by the time we make our way to Bloodhoof Village. But yeah, our only remaining quest is to make our way over to Bloodhoof Village, so I think this is an ideal place to stop here. We've explored the bit of the story here that was available in Camp Narache, making a name for ourselves, vanquishing some Quillboar, aiding the people here, collecting supplies, and starting to make a name for ourselves. Story of the Tauren. Yeah, so I think this is where we'll call this video here, and we'll pick up next time. So thanks so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this, and we'll get back to the story next time.